Hello and welcome everyone, Sausage Fingers here. I thought I'd give you a quick introduction. So my 6900 XT I bought from CEX as a manufacturer's refurbished product. At the time it was the end of the GPU crisis. Prices were just becoming sensible, and this as a manufacturer's refurbished item was £1,000. With a 2-year warranty. Now at the time a new one was going for 1,500, so with a 2-year warranty it's worth a punt. When it showed up, it didn't have the warranty void if removed sticker on it. It had a bit of a bend in it, and it was pretty obvious that someone had already had a crack at it. However, when I stuck it in my machine, it went really well. The drivers have, this was two odd years ago, 2.5 years ago, the drivers have matured wonderfully to a point where the car was easily 25% faster than it was when I first got it, which is great. The last 6 months or so I've noticed the hotspot temperatures creeping up just a fair bit, so and according to MSI, 110 degrees on the hotspot temperature is perfectly normal. Well, anyway, I've seen 112, putting 343 watts on a bit of a naughty overclock. So the delta between the average temperature on the GPU and the hotspot temperature has been growing substantially to a point where it's over 30 degrees now. You'll see that shortly. So my plan is we'll pull this thing apart. We'll be replacing the pads. So this is 200 by 100 1mm, two 200 by 100 0.5mm, and a couple of packs of 1.5. On this particular card, some of the pads need to be, say, at 2.75, 1.75, 1.25. So to make up the difference with that, MX4 thermal compound, I'll also be using that for the GPU die. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a Arctic cooling shill of any description. I have, as they say, done my research. I'm not looking for extreme overclocking, anything like that. I want it to work, I want to be able to wind the clocks up a little bit, and I don't want it to get hot. So these ticked all the boxes, and in all, I think this was less than 70 British pounds, 90 American, whatever it is. And my phone is going fan-fucking-tastic. Right, so before I pull the big boy out and start playing with it, everything on standard specs in the tuning. So no overclocks, no fan ramps, this is all as it comes out of the box. Okay, I'm going to move it over to metrics, just so we can keep an eye on everything. Okay, and what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go over to this. I'm going to run Fast Strike Ultra. We're well into this now. 59 frames a second, we're putting 303 watts. Let's go on over here. So 304 watts, GPU temperature 64, but look at the hotspot, 91. That's nearly a 30-degree delta. So something's not right here. The fans, they're not ramping up as much as they should. I'll be honest, normally I have a really aggressive fan ramp, so as soon as it gets past 60 they're pretty much flat out anyway. 5800 X3D, it's doing its thing. Look at that, 100%, putting 61 watts, 61 degrees. RAM, quite happy. Yeah, she's toasty. So for the GPU temps, I mean, 1590, what the hell's that? What's it doing? Stupid thing. So, max temperature 62 there, 64 there, But the kicker was, while it was 62 degrees on the GPU, hotspot temps of 90 plus degrees, it's just, yeah. And that is why we're going for a repaste. Just for shits and giggles, before I get on with it, I've gone into the tuning and all I've done is given it a nice aggressive fan ramp. Okay, so let's just fire this up. Let it rip, tater chip. I'll be back with some results in a minute. Here we go, combined test. We are, right, we're putting 305 watts. And the temperature's lower, the temperature's 5 to 10 degrees lower. But we've still got that 30-degree delta, or the best part of the 30-degree delta. Oh, it's just finished, so that's all going to drop down now. But yeah, the delta's still there, just running lower temps. Margin of error pretty much there. I think we can pull up the GPU temperature. There we go, see, 58, 59, what's this business, GPUs? Oh. So, yeah, cranking the fans up helps. I'll tell you what, a cheeky undervolt and a little bit of fine tuning here and there, that adds another 1,000 or so to the score, so it's in my opinion, it's in dire need of a repaste, so. Okay, onto the screws. Come on, drawing the outside first. So the plan is, whenever I take something off and it's got a thermal pad attached to it, I will immediately change that thermal pad to a new one. So nothing gets lost in translation, as it were. Everything's going to be measured, so I need the right size pad. Trusty very near here. Come off. Must be this, and then hope for the damn best. There we go. Pop. Pop. I think especially let these off gently, but there you go. And just in case, I'll put a little marker, so I know which way around it went. Let's put this somewhere safe. One last check. I think it's just a case of pull, I hope. Holy monkey flaps. There we go. I mean, it looks like there was adequate thermal paste coverage. You can see here The RAM chips weren't thoroughly covered with the thermal pads. This, I'm not even convinced this was touching because this is just sticky, whereas these are not. What does this line up with? So those, voltage regulation. What the hell is this? Oh really? Whoever did this must be an absolute clown. There's just bits of thermal goo everywhere, it's going to take ages to clean up. Well, what goes on under here then? Where's this go? Alright, another strip there for this lot. And I'm just going to let off this. Go on. There we go. Again, these look new. This looks old. Totally different colour. Yes. Time for a clean up, I think. Here it goes. So I thought I'd start with the heat sink first. First impressions. That's, you know when you leave your kids' Play-Doh out too long. And here, I noticed it looked glossy now. Don't know whether you can see that on the camera, but there's just an oil on there. So, let's get this up. Police remover of LIL, just to give this a quick clean. You can see someone's been here already. There's thermal goo just smeared over everything instead of being cleaned off properly. I'll speed this bit up to save you the boredom. Down to the metal clearly. What's getting me is, look at these heat pipes. You can dig your nail in the gaps between these heat pipes, and on top of that, where they've ground it, can you hear that? It's got ridges in it this way. You're going to need some really good thermal paste for this, and I'm not 100% convinced that my Arctic MT4 is going to be up to it. But that aside, right, time for the thermal paste, thermal media, thermal gunk. There's a lot of money's worth there anyway. Really could have done with some marking and cutting devices. Anyway, let's see. 0. Right, first one. don't skip ahead. Tell me in the comments whether this beastie ever going to work again, and if it does, have I improved it? Or do you think I've made it considerably worse? Here's my next job, is to stick it back inside the PC. Let's see if I've killed it or not. There it goes. That's a good start. Straight the boot. Happy day. There we go. We're putting 303 watts. 59 degree GPU. 80 on spot. So we're looking 20 degrees or less. Instead of 29, 30, 31. I've done quite a success. The fan's not even ramping up like it was. Not bad. Interestingly, we have a lower score. What do the clocks do? 24, 25. Interesting. But let's have a look at the temperature. Highest temperature 63 degrees. Well, that says it all, isn't it? Look at those temperatures. 53.